What's going on, my fellow collectors? Jim here with another figure review. Let's take a look at the Marvel Legends Deadpool wave. This is the X-Force Deadpool, which is basically just a repaint of the older Deadpool figure that we got. And this was actually one of those like a HasCon exclusive that everybody went crazy for and were paying ridiculous prices for, and they just ended up putting it out in a wave anyway. So I definitely feel bad for all of the people who spent all that money to get that exclusive figure, because it's basically the same figure, very minimal differences. But this one does come with a little bit more accessories than the other Deadpool came with. Packaging is what we're used to though. Nice big open window. You got the Deadpool down here at the bottom, you got the logo at the top, got a cool image on the side, same image on the other side. On the back you have an image of the figure along with a little bit of a read-up, and then of course we do have the other figures within this Sasquatch wave. But that is the packaging. Let's go ahead and crack this open and take a closer look. Okay, and here he is out of the packaging. And you know, if you have the old Deadpool figure, you pretty much know what you're getting. It's pretty much the same figure, but just painted differently. But I kind of like it. I really like this X-Force version. I think it's a good, cool take on it. I'm glad to finally have a figure of Deadpool. Now we do get a little bit more accessories with this guy. We do have the two exact same katanas that we saw from the original Deadpool. Exactly the same thing, no changes. They're still a little bit warped out of the packaging. He does come with a gun, which is probably the same gun we now, actually different. Yeah, same exact gun that we got with the original Deadpool. This one has a little bit of color on it, kind of like a Nerf looking gun because it has a little orange on the top. But it does have a blue paint to it, but yeah, exact same gun as we got with the original Deadpool. And then he comes with this big old like futuristic looking gun that has a very minimal sculpt and some pretty sloppy paint. But I mean, he does come with that. Then you do get the head for the Sasquatch Boda figure. So look at that big old neck on that mamma jamma. But taking a closer look at the Deadpool, I do like it. I am glad to finally have the uncanny version in here. Again, it's pretty much the same figure, not a lot of differences whatsoever. But I gotta say, I like the weathering that they did on his straps here. It just looks really cool. It's almost like a very hint weathering effect that they put all in there. And I think it just looks really cool. I like how we got the little silver for some of the straps and some of the rivets on the belt and buckles and everything. That, you know, goes a long way. We get that same kind of weathering effect here on the belt as well, and even on the little strap going around. So I mean, they did a much better job with the painting this than they did on the original figure, just leaving it that very bland brown color. So that's really cool. I'm glad they did that. We get the X in the middle, which is very cool. And you know, we do have the little wraps that are sculpted on the wrist and down here at the feet. We have the same kind of holster. Again, we get that really cool weathering effect. I do like that. And you can put the gun in there like so. So that's very cool. And of course you do have his, you know, scabbards to hold his swords. You can put the swords in there, just like on the other figure. And you do have the little hole on the back as well. So you can squeeze those down in there. Of course they are warped. But I mean, I do, you know, it's basically the same exact figure as we got the first time, just a repaint. So the same head sculpt. But I mean, the paint for the most part isn't bad. I really like what they did with the harnesses and the belts and all that. That's very cool. I'm very glad to see that they put a little bit extra into it. Even though it is pretty much the exact same figure, there are some differences. But I do like the X-Force look. I mean, it looks great with the black and gray. And, you know, collecting some of the other X-Force figures that they're coming out with, they're all going to look good up on the shelf together. As far as articulation, it's what we're, you know, used to. You get movement at the head. You can get him to look up and break his neck off. Of course, the unmasked head will fit on, because since it's basically the same exact figure, so if you wanted to do that, you could. But he will look up about that much, look all the way down. Of course, rotation. It doesn't really get any side to side. You do have the arms that'll go out about that much, go all the way around. You do have a bicep swivel, a little bit of sloppy paint here. Very gummy. Look at that, the pins coming out on that. Very gummy double jointed elbow, swivel and hinge at the wrist. You do have the ab crunch, goes about that much forward, about that much back, waist twist, legs go out. You do have that thigh cut, double jointed knees. You do have a swivel there at the top of the shin. Of course, the foot will go all the way back forward, and you get a little bit of rocker action in there, and 2 peg holes on the bottom. So I mean, overall, it's a cool figure, even though it is just a repaint. But if you want an X-Force, Deadpool for yourself, this is one you're going to want to pick up, even though it has its normal kind of problems that we're all kind of used to at this point with Hasbro. As you can see, with the comparison, same exact figure we got with the Juggernaut. That might not be right, the Juggernaut wave. Here he is next to the Bullseye. Dropping them all over the place. Here he is next to the old comic book version from the same wave. Here he is next to Iron Spidey. And here he is next to the Spider-Man 2099. And Deadpool will not stand up for me. But yeah, guys, that was a look at the Deadpool wave, the X-Force Deadpool. Cool figure. Like I said, it is just a repaint. I feel bad for all the people who bought this figure as a HasCon exclusive and then come to realize you get it again in this wave. But he does stand a little bit over 6 inches tall. That was the review. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next figure review. Take care.